Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last bout of our early preliminary cards. It is back in the boxing ring. Elimination boxing bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. This is an Airtight boxing productions. Introducing first out of the red corner, Jason Milan.
Tell you what, Chair, I mean, regardless of talent level, there's been no boring fights. I mean, all fights so far have been really good.
What a great start to the card. My gracious. Love it.
And the crowd's starting to file in. I think we're going to be pumped come main card, man.
Yes, indeed. Don't forget we have our Hall of Fame induction this evening.
And I have a funny story for you later. Now's not, we have to see Jay train before I tell you the
All
story.
right, fair enough.
It's a really good story.
Fair enough.
You know, I think you and I deserve a pair of gloves from Jeff.
I think I would take a pair.
You know, or just one each.
I'd hang that on my wall.
We got to hit Jeff up and say, you know, come on, give a little love to us.
Out of the blue corner, Darrian Leu-Pierre.
Mr. Leu-Pierre representing Stick and Move Boxing.
Stick and Move Boxing.
Milan representing A1 Boxing.
You know, we figured out the other day, Jared came on as your partner, you know, had some other events some of the nights, but since about 57. So I'm only 43 in.
All right, checking out our tail of the tape here. We've got Milan, 28 years old versus Leu-Pierre's 22. 5'9" is the shorter Milan versus the very tall 6'4" Leu-Pierre. Wow. They both made weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Boxing debut for Milan versus the 2-0 record of Mr. Leu-Pierre. All right, we'll take it up to Stewie. He looks anxious to get going.
6'4"?
Wow. Yeah.
What were you, a fourth grader?
145 is my birth weight.
Wow. But, you know, and this brings us to the different levels, right? And you look at the world champ now from Arizona, and O'Malley, to me, guys, this guy got power. Look how tall he is. He got the questions. And
all right, up to Stewie.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an elimination boxing bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. This is an Airtight boxing productions. Introducing first, fighting out of the King of Beers, Budweiser, red corner. He's an orthodox style fighter standing 5 foot 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 151.9 pounds with A1 Boxing Academy from Aurora, Colorado, Jason, the Silent Killer, Milan!
The Silent Killer. Isn't that high blood pressure?
First fight.
Fighting out of the Australian blue corner. He's an orthodox style fighter standing 6 foot 4 inches tall. He weighed in at 152.1 pounds with Stick and Move from Denver, Colorado, Darrian El Sicario Leu-Pierre.
And he's 2-0, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Wow,
gentlemen, you
look at
both
this.
received your instructions earlier in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Remember, no strikes here to the back of the head, nothing below the navel. Let's touch them up right now, fellas. Good luck.
Wow.
Leu-Pierre with the gold trunks, Milan black and green. Curtis Thrasher.
So Milan's got the gold gloves.
this evening.
Milan's got the gold gloves, and LaPierre's got the black.
Correct.
Which I'm trying to figure out. Nice right hook. left hook coming.
Already I'm seeing LePierre use that reach advantage very nicely.
Yeah, you got to really work in on a 6'4" fighter.
Yeah, he's sticking that jab out there well. He's not throwing it at the top of his opponent's head. He's putting it in his face where it can actually matter.
Yeah. Big right. That didn't score clean. It hit the gloves. I want to make sure that that's known. Oh, big right hand there. Good job by Milan. You know, I watch a lot of fight commentators, Jared. The one criticism I have of our profession is, left-right combination, but he didn't say that it didn't land.
Right.
You know? That's a good right hand that landed. Left hand, actually, make that, check it. Kind of measuring right now. I mean, and this is a tough fight to measure.
Yeah, Milan's going to have trouble crossing that distance because Leu-Pierre is keeping that jab out there very nicely.
Yeah, just that distance measuring.
Every time Milan wants to step in, Leu-Pierre is giving him something to meet.
Such a difference in the sport. We talked about him earlier, Grant Neal. One of the things he told me, Jared, he loves being the shorter fighter. But this is such a different discipline.
Yes, indeed.
You know, you're lunging. You're trying to find it, you know. You're trying to find that distance by you're lunging half the time.
So Milan with a tough task ahead of him, trying to figure out a way to bridge that gap, get past the length of the 6'4" Leu-Pierre, which I got to say, he's a tall fighter that uses that length to his advantage quite masterfully. And we see it here in the replay, just pumping that jab out,
Yep.
making sure that Milan's not able to lunge in, making sure that if he tries to come in, there's going to be something there that he runs into.
Oh, don't think Milan doesn't have the power to end this in one shot. He does. And I think that's the one thing that LePierre is doing right is that jab. Even if it's not a stiff jab, he's measuring with that jab. But Boys in the Truck are on tonight. I don't know what Garza's back there. I think it's the saltwater taffy.
Can see.
Slip. Total slip, I thought. Oh, no.
Counted as a knockdown.
I didn't think that was a knockdown.
I think think we'll see
See
if we can get that on the replay.
I thought that was a slip. If not, maybe you're right, Jared.
I thought he met a punch on his way in.
All right. It doesn't seem to have phased him much.
No, say that. But Milan, again, with having to bridge that gap, he has to move his feet so far. He's taking such big steps that he's a little bit off balance at times.
Yeah.
I think it was a combination of got hit with the punch that wasn't that hard, but he was already off balance enough that it put him down.
And it may be a legitimate knockdown. Now, I want to see it. See, there's that different in distance.
Nice evasiveness.
You're lunging so far, it's so hard to hit your opponent.
And it's really compromising the balance of Milan.
Yes.
We've seen a number of times where he almost stumbled past his opponent just because he missed the punch. And he was trying so hard to get that distance closed.
Nice combination. You saw the little left-right coming in. Now getting locked up, 35 seconds left in the round. Milan's going to do something. He's got to do it now. He doesn't look hurt at all.
Yeah, neither fighter has landed anything that I'd call a really telling punch yet.
That left just missed.
And just as we say that, we hear the corner of Leu-Pierre saying, touch, meaning you don't have to blast him hard. Just get your strikes out there, touch him, get your points.
There's score. That's a nice score right there. I mean, you're looking at LePierre. You can see the experience difference. To me, it's 2 rounds to none. You're really looking for Milan trying to get inside JR, but when you're fighting somebody 6'4",
that knows how to use that.
Yeah, in the jab, and doesn't leave himself vulnerable. He leans back with that. Look at that jab. Let him extend that jab, and how far Milan has to look to try to come over and score.
And Leu-Pierre, to his credit, when he does get in close, just ties him up.
And here's the deal. They always go for this overhand right, JR. I would like to see some of these shorter fighters go up with that uppercut.
There you go.
When you're inside, give me the uppercut. Jesus, here we go with the slickness of the ring. Come on. I mean, I'm like him in 6th grade. Come on.
Last round, fellas. Here we go.
Milan's got to go.
Yeah, he really needs to make a statement here in this round.
Leu-Pierre is just, he looks like, he's got great balance too. And the other thing too is when Milan misses, it's missing bad.
Yeah, he's trying to put everything behind each punch because it's so difficult to get there. Once he's in and throws the punch, he wants to make sure that it lands and counts for something. Whereas Leu-Pierre can stand on the outside and kind of pick away.
Oh, Leu-Pierre moved out of that way. Big shot. Milan's got to go. We got minute 12 left in this round. It's going to be a 30-27 fight if you didn't find a way to get in there.
Well, there's the knockdown too. So
Yep.
30-26.
Which I still want to see. Not that I'm doubting your expertise after 100 events.
No, don't punch. Let him go. Step back here. Break.
45 seconds left in this fight.
Little kickboxing clinch action there.
Yep.
Leu-Pierre's corner calling for more action from him now.
Yeah, followed up by big right hand.
That was a good shot.
Oh, yeah.
Milan's glove touched the mat. I'm surprised the ref didn't step in and at least clean the gloves off.
Yeah, he took a big shot. It's 30-27 fight for sure. Maybe 30-26, like you said.
Yeah, with the knockdown.
And, Milan doesn't look hurt, but it's just the mismatch is the height and the reach advantage was just too much, JR.
Yeah, it was just Leu-Pierre doing a masterful job of using his height. You talk about height and reach advantage so often, and rarely have I seen a fighter use it as well as what we just saw by Leu-Pierre.
Yeah, he did a really good job. His fighting stance, you could see the experience too.
Yeah, kept himself well
Big
balanced.
right hand.
Kept himself out of range of his opponent. I don't know how far out from this fight he knew who his opponent was, if he'd seen some tape or at least got the stats on his opponent, but his game plan was spot on.
I mean, come on. When you're 6'4", you kind of know what your game plan is. And
This is true. This is true.
If you're 6'4" and you're 205, that's one thing.
Right.
Right? I mean, when you're 6'4" at that weight, what an advantage.
Agreed.
He's got the skills to be something special. I think.
I think we'll see him moving on.
Yeah.
Again, we talked about it earlier, those fighters that we see moving their way up the ranks.
Well, I'll tell you, Jeff Cisneros and Vern Earwood that made this card, when Jeff started this company, as we were at number 100, he went to gyms, he looked for fighters, he did his homework. He did what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people say, go, somebody else, please go look for me.
Right.
Jeff did it himself.
Yep, a lot of footwork. All right, let's take it up to Stewie. Get these fighters into the center. Here we go.
Stewie.
Ladies and gentlemen, after that battle, we go to the judges' scorecards. All three judges score this bout 30-26 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Darrian Leu-Pierre.
Congratulations, Mr. Leu-Pierre. Gets the victory at Sparta 100.
Yeah, but it bothers me more is that you had the score exactly right.
He gets to take those gloves home and hang them on the wall.
There
All
it
right,
is. You
up
got to find a
Stewie.
pair of gold ones, man. You know?